I couldn't help but notice that when I was trying to catch up on all the festivities from last night, there was a third tweeter. There was Jed, there was Lynch, and there was Joe Staley. Joe Staley's was the most cryptic because he tweeted like 3-4 times something about bricks in the wall. Cryptic QAnon type stuff that people were trying to decode. And then he deleted them. What's that about? What is that about? All right, so I'm going to take my conspiracy theory to the end here. So let's say Trent Williams is gone. The Niners realized it, cried about it, hugged it out, accepted it, 5 stages of grief. And then the solution was to hit up Joe. Call up Joe Staley and be like, Joe, we're in a tough spot. We're in a really tough spot. Trent Williams just ghosted us. We didn't think he'd do it, but he's ghosting us. Can you please come out of retirement? We got nothing. We don't want to take an offensive tackle in round 1. We plan on taking a quarterback, Trey Lance. We're going to make some terrible decision. We're going to take a quarterback in round 1, and we need you, Joe. Joe might say, you know what? My body feels a lot better. I got 6 months to get ready for the season. That's the final logical step of my conspiracy theory, that part of what happened last night is the Niners hit up Joe and said, Joe, we're losing Trent. Can you please come out of retirement? And he was like, yeah, let's do it. Did anyone else have that thought at all? Did anyone else think that? Staley was drunk? I don't know. I'm just saying it seemed like he was in on the whole thing. And whatever was going on with Jed and Lynch was the Staley was involved. I mean, think about it. Jed's name starts with a J. John's name starts with a J. Joe's name starts with a J. Is that a coincidence? I think not. I think not. So you have the J connection. You have the fact that they all are 49ers. I mean, all the pieces are adding up. I think this basically means Joe Staley's coming out of retirement. Alex Smith's coming back. Frank Gore's coming back. Alden Smith's coming back. Jim Tom Sulu's coming back. I think that's what's happening here, guys. We're going to have a melding of the Harbaugh era and the Shanahan era. And it's going to be like Power Rangers, where 2 different Power Rangers combine forces and become a super Power Ranger. And then they defeat Lord Zed. And then the episode ends. And then it's nap time for me. I think that's going to happen, guys. I'm excited. Joe Staley? Jim Tom Sula? Oh, what about Chip Kelly, though? Can we get them all back, though, one time? What about Patrick Willie, though? Hey, Patrick Willie ain't that old, though. Maybe they can get Patrick Willie back, though. That's what I think is going to happen, guys. So tweet Joe Staley and put the pressure on him. I think he's close. I mean, I hear he weighs 185 pounds, but if he can gain like 2, maybe deuce and a half, he'll be back in there. All right, let's answer some questions. The 49ers hyping up Juice, knowing that Trent Williams is what everyone is waiting on, is extremely tone deaf. Very cringy tweets last night. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, everyone's waiting on the Trent Williams news, and you start talking about use check? That to me is like, oh, you got the bad news on Trent Williams. And now you're trying to be like, hey, we didn't even want Trent Williams. We didn't even want Trent Williams. That's what I did in 7th grade when I got dumped by my girlfriend. I was real proud of it. I've told this story. It's when I became a man. I had a bar mitzvah the same year, but this is when I became a man. Heard the news that my girlfriend was going to dump me at lunch. I was like, could we talk, please? And I was like, it's just not working out. And she was like, no, I was going to do that. Well, don't do that. It's embarrassing. Just accept it. 13 years old, baby. 13, 7th grade. Hit her with that. No, you're getting dumped. So I think that's what the Niners did with Trent Williams last night. Oh, you don't like us? Well, we like Kyle Juszczyk better anyway. Then why don't you play him? Why don't you put him on the field more often? Chuck Harper says, okay, so I know what is going to happen with John Lynch. He's going to be the fall guy for Kyle, and then Chris Sims is going to be the new GM. Yeah, probably. I would say so. Although if Zach Wilson busts, forget about Chris Sims being a GM because he just tied his entire future to Zach Wilson's future. And Zach Wilson, here is the NFL scouting report for Zach Wilson. It's real clear. It's real simple. Frail. Everyone says this. No, even Chris Sims. The only problem I have is that he's frail. Frail. Runs around a lot. Needs to not run around a lot in the NFL because he's frail. Will be great. How does that make sense? It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. If the NFL followed its own logic, it would realize that Zach Wilson is a flaming bust ready to happen. But they're like, no, he's going to be great. He's just going to stop running and totally change his playing style and be great. Word? For sure. I believe that. I do. Maitland Eagle says Niners didn't pay Defoe, so I never expected them to pay Trent. And do we expect them to pay Fred Warner? Do we? Or are they just going to call Patrick Willie and be like, hey, Patrick Willie, though? You're trying to play football this year, though. Yeah, give him that look at the end. If you give him that look, how you say no to that? Hey, Patrick Willie, though. I'm just saying, these are tactics that I learned growing up. Tactics. Hold on. Last question, and then I take calls, I promise. Jonas. His name is Jonas. What do you think about Marvin Jones following Stafford to LA? They don't have any cap space. I think they're $32 million over the cap. They got to slash prices, salaries over the next 24 hours. So if they can figure it out, Jonas, wonderful. But I don't think they can do it.